everyone. We're at the finals, and we are here with Fressh, who just got off the stage. What's going on in your minds, guys? How are you feeling?
It's a relief to get off. Felt pretty good, and it's just nice to have all that stress kind of gone, you know?
How are you feeling?
I feel great because we just went out to have fun, and that's what we did. We were joking with each other on stage and laughing and everything. And some of us, we had little minor problems, but we just look at each other and laugh it off. So it was a good family time for us.
And how do you guys deal with the pressure of competition?
You know, just interact with the crowd. You know, they'll play along, they'll hype you up. We get adrenaline from that. That gives us a lot of energy to continue on with the routine. And yeah.
Any nervousness before you guys hit the stage?
Oh my God. Every time, okay, we're waiting to go on stage. Right before we go on stage, our legs get shaky and loose, and we get all like, oh, and then we perform. We get off, and then we're like, wow, I wish I felt like this while I was performing. But it's all good because what we tell each other is just have fun and just focus on yourself. And if you screw up, hey, laugh it off because you can't really do anything about it. So just have fun, and we're a family.
So do you guys have any pre-rituals or superstitions or chants?
My home is C-A-N-A-D-A, what? C-A-N-A-D-A, what? C-A-N-A-D-A, what? I think that gets us pretty pumped up before we go on stage. So
Me pumped up, so I can only imagine what it does for you guys.
Oh, yeah. We also pray right before we go on stage. We thank God for getting us to where we are. And we pray that we'll remember all our moves and we'll have the energy to get through it, and that the crowd will be hyped. Because if the crowd's not hyped, then it's like, well, this sucks. But if the crowd's hyped, then you're like, yeah, everybody's dancing. The whole world's here.
Yeah,
the world is dancing with us. So that's the greatest feeling in the world.
Speaking of all the world crews that are here, have you guys made any friends with any of them? Reached out to any of them?
Japan, definitely. We were always a fan of Japan, and New Zealand, of course, New Zealand, Australia. Yeah, I was gonna say DC crew. Shout out to DC crew. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Aussie, 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 Aussie.
Are there any specific crews that you guys just love and admire?
Well, I'm from two crews. I'm in Cookies and Cream in the junior division also, and they've been really helpful and supportive on how I'm doing both divisions, and just really helping me out through all of the practices and all of the hard work that has to be put in through all of the stuff that leads us up here.
Lastly, before you guys head out, what advice do you guys want to give to any aspiring dancers out there?
Yo,
Well, we can ask two people. Go ahead.
I was born with a genetic lung disease known as cystic fibrosis, and they pretty much told me I'd never be able to do any physical activity. I wouldn't grow above a certain height. I wouldn't be normal. So my advice would be don't listen to doctors when they tell you can't do something, because you can do it if you put your mind to it. Like a lung disease, and I'm at the finals for World Hip Hop Championship. Like, how crazy is that, right? And so when you can't not do something. You can always do what you want to do if you just set your mind to it, and you just get it in and do it as good as you can.
Such an amazing story. Stick to it. You clearly show that you love and have a passion for dance. And what do you have to say?
Well, I'm a homosexual, and I grew up as a child, and I've been made fun of throughout my whole life, and people used to tell me that I wasn't good at anything. But as I grew up with this group, they always made me feel better about myself, and I just want to let everybody know that if there's something that you want to do, no matter what you look or how you dress, do it. Do what you love to do, because no one's there to stop you. And that's all I can say, because it's just about dance. Just dance.
The love of dance. There you have it. Look at the brotherhood in love here.
Yeah, buddy.